Cyclones as the Bobcats look to get back on track. Coming up right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV. Back in on our pre-match coverage tonight on KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis, Tessa Mann alongside me tonight. Big Highway 30 rivalry. This will be a big one, a big conference test here for the Bobcats early on. Ames gets going with their first home opener here tonight. So what's the big importance for the Bobcats on the road here tonight?
Yeah, especially with homecoming week too. A lot of excitement around the week, a lot of distractions. So just coming in here and playing their game. And they're going to see the best competition they've had probably yet. So
yeah. Ames, a year ago, beat them 3-1 in the Roundhouse. They took it to them 2-0 in the tournament. Is there any? It's a new team this year for the Bobcats, so maybe that's not holding on to their psyche. But obviously, it is a little bit of a hurdle to overcome, knowing that team bested you twice last year, right?
Yeah, and there's so much excitement with that Highway 30 rivalry that there's a little bit more emotion behind it too. So they're going to want to win. They're gonna be nervous probably coming out. It's a big gym. The airflow is going to be a little bit different, but. Yeah, they got to just focus in right away.
Looking forward to this one. We're going to talk to head coach Jen O'Neill coming up on our pre-match coverage, plus starting lineups and our keys to the match. This is Bobcat Volleyball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Craving something sweet and savory? Head to your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, 711 North 3rd Avenue and 2107 South Center Street. Try the Blizzard of the Month, the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard, or that fall favorite, the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. 2 delicious options, but hurry, they're only here for a limited time. And don't miss a DQ Classic, 4-piece chicken strip baskets for just $7.49 all month long. All white meat strips, crispy fries, warm Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce. Get yours now at Marshalltown Dairy Queens.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com. Welcome back into our match day on KFJB-TV. It's the Bobcats and the Little Cyclones in the Highway 30 rivalry. Is there a whole lot you got to say to get your team going for tonight?
Not really. It's homecoming week, too, so that helps as well.
Yeah, of course, so many different things. Academics, you've got homecoming week, you've got a big game against your big rival. What's your message to your team here tonight?
Really, it's just still continue to play Bobcat volleyball. I mean, we're pumped to be here. We're excited to be here. This is Ames' first home game too, so I expect a lot of crowd noise. So, yeah, I think it's just play our game and keep our mindset, and go out there and do what we do best.
Team battled, whole new team from a year ago, by the way, but team battled last year in this contest at home. But Ames ended up getting the victory, and then another one in conference play as well in the tournament. So, how do you look to battle here tonight with your squad and be able to challenge them through all 3, maybe even 5 sets?
I think you just said it. Whole new team, whole new mindset, whole new idea of what we're going to look like out there. We spent some time yesterday watching some film and having those conversations together. Really wanted to know what do you see when you watch this? What are their tendencies? What do we need to do? And then we focused our practice around that. So these are the things we know that we need to do to be successful. And so we went out and did that. And, yeah, we're really excited to get this going and can't wait to get out there and see what we can do.
Of course, coming into this week, last week, you had a nice win against Hoover on Tuesday. Really tough APGAR tournament. Seemed like your team, though, challenged in that one against really good competition. What was your takeaway from taking on Solon and Waverly Shellrock?
Yeah, we talked a lot about that then, and then we set it aside and started to get ready for what's coming next. So obviously, two really good teams that we hadn't seen that level of competition yet, and so really, really proud of the way that we bounced back after the Solon match and played Waverly Shellrock, taking them to 3. We had some outstanding stats during that match, and really, really proud of that. And so really let's take that momentum, what we were doing on the court, playing together, being really smart with what we were doing, mixing things up. Let's take that into tonight, and we should see some success.
Yeah. Kinsley Bowie as well as Harper Wilson had a really good week for you last week. Harper Wilson, we just named her Athlete of the Week, and she just continues to do some of those good, solid things pretty well. What do you see out of her play that's leading to some of her early season success?
I think I've said it before, Harper is really competitive on the court, but she's also not so much in her head that it takes over her game. So she can come on that court and really play her role. She loves blocking. I think I've said that a million times. She said, my favorite is to block. And she has a really killer serve. And when she is in there serving, then she steps in and she plays defense, which isn't something that she normally does. And so I think what Harper brings you is just, she is on point all the time. Even if she's making some mistakes, even if she's hitting out, she's coming back because she's fired up, ready to fix that, do it again, and give her best to the team. And I think that's what you get with a Harper Wilson.
Yeah. And so far, you switched from senior to freshman. Brooklyn Smith, I thought, has been a nice player there in the middle. 10 kills, 9 blocks, 1 ace so far on the season. What continues to lead her to success, especially early on in her career?
I really think it's the people around her teammates. This is a high level for her. She's played some high-level volleyball, but obviously this is the varsity level. And I think I've also said this before, we've really spent a lot of time building our culture, and so they support each other no matter how old you are. It doesn't matter. Nobody out there knows that's a freshman, that's a senior, unless she gets a kill and they're counting she's a freshman, of course. But I think it's her teammates are really encouraging, but Brooklyn is also a competitor and also works really hard. And so we rep all the time that, it's really tough sometimes to get your setter middle connection. And so we rep that a lot, and they're really growing in that too. So as Brooklyn continues to grow in her skills, that's going to show in her teammates around her too.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right. It is the Ames Little Cyclones and the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coming up, we will check out our starters for tonight's match and our keys to the match. This is Bobcat Volleyball. You're watching KFJB-TV. Pick up your 2025 Marshalltown Bobcat football roster t-shirt at AdletEngraving24.com. That's AdletEngraving24.com. Or stop by Adlet Engraving in Screen Print 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Good luck, Bobcats.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
I'm Bella Avis, and you're watching Bobcat Volleyball on KFJB-TV.
Back inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and courts as the Bobcats and the Little Cyclones getting warmed up for the Highway 30 rivalry tonight. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups, all delivered by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver the starting lineup. Well, it looks like this for the Ames Little Cyclones behind head coach Meg Williams. The Little Cyclones are 6-4 on the year, 1-0 in the Iowa Alliance Conference North. 3-2 in their last 5 games. Losses to Kemper Catholic, pretty good team as always. Red Oak, and wins against Ottumwa there in conference play. And starting out here tonight for the Ames Little Cyclones, it'll be number 5, Selena Shaper, a sophomore setter and defensive specialist at 5'4", 13 digs, 2 aces a year ago in this matchup. Number 6, Elizabeth Greenfield will get the start tonight. 16 kills, 5 ace, 18 digs a year ago inside the roundhouse against the Marshalltown Bobcats. Claire Kenny will start, a sophomore outside hitter at 5'8", also getting the start. Alay Manu Muanu, a senior, 6 foot, middle hitter and right side. Also getting the start, a freshman, Gabby Timmermans, number 12. She stands at 6'1". And rounding out the starting 6, Josie Hill, 5 blocks, 2 aces a year ago in this matchup. She is a senior at 5'10". The libero tonight, Maya Geffrey, she is number 8 and a junior at 5'7" at the libero. For the Marshalltown Bobcats, starters look like this. Normal lineup as always. Brooklyn Smith, the freshman, with 10 kills, 9 blocks, 1 ace so far this year. She stands at 5'10". Kendall Brummel, number 6, 6 kills, 8 blocks this year, a junior at 5'6". Also getting the start tonight, Kinsley Bowie, number 11, a senior outside hitter at 5'7", 32 kills this year and 35 digs. Number 12, Lauren O'Neill, she'll be the setter tonight for the Bobcats. 8 kills, 85 assists offensively, 7 aces and 33 digs. She was the only starter here tonight that played in that match a year ago. In regular season play with the Ames Little Cyclones, she picked up 4 digs and 1 ace in that matchup. Bella Avis will start tonight, number 14, a junior outside hitter at 5'7", 24 kills, 30 digs and 4 aces. And rounding out the lineup, it is our female athlete of the week from last week, number 20, Harper Wilson, a senior at 5'7", 21 kills, 11 aces, 3 blocks, 11 digs so far this year. Not picture the libero tonight, which is Gianna Bounty, a senior with 6 aces this season. That is our starting lineups, all brought to you again by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. When we come back, we will get tonight keys to the game with Tessa Mann. That is ahead with Bobcat Volleyball on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome back to Ames, the Highway 30 rivalry tonight. Time for our keys to the game, all presented by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. All right, Tessa, keys tonight for the Bobcats to be victorious.
Yep, I think they need to focus on eliminating the hitting errors. So the Bobcats have been struggling with hitting errors in the last few matches. They'll need to eliminate those in this match to not gift Ames any extra points and giving them those free points.
And then for the Little Cyclones.
Yep, running a balanced attack on their end. Ames has about 6 hitters that have 20 kills or more on the season, which shows that they like to distribute the ball evenly among their hitters. To keep the Bobcats guessing, challenging their defense, they're going to run that balanced attack, continuing to distribute that ball evenly throughout their hitters.
It is the home opener for the Ames Little Cyclones. Again, that's our keys to the game, all brought to you by First Rate Real Estate, FirstRateTeam.com. All right. We'll get things going here in just a little bit as both these starters in National Anthem will get going here tonight. In these Highway 30 rivalries, I always ask the coaches, is there a lot said? But in your coaching past, these big rivalry games, is there a lot said, or is it kind of player-led, or is it just known, hey, we got to step it up, it's Ames tonight?
Yeah, I think it's just known. And they know a lot of people from the different schools.
Yep.
I was looking down earlier, and Kinsley was hugging somebody that she's probably played club with. And so you just know the different players, and you're talking to them all week, and that rivalry just comes naturally.
Yeah, that is for sure. We even saw Meg Williams and Jennifer O'Neill chatting in the pregame. So, I mean, the coaches know each other as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Coming up, it is our first set of the night. When we come back, it's Ames, Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Volleyball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Craving something sweet and savory? Head to your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, 711 North 3rd Avenue and 2107 South Center Street. Try the Blizzard of the Month, the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard, or that fall favorite, the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. 2 delicious options, but hurry, they're only here for a limited time. And don't miss a DQ Classic 4-piece chicken strip baskets for just $7.49 all month long. All white meat strips, crispy fries, warm Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce. Get yours now at Marshalltown Dairy Queens.
Pick up your 2025 Marshalltown Bobcat football roster t-shirt at adletengraving24.com. That's adletengraving24.com. Or stop by Adlet Engraving in Screen Print 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Good luck, Bobcats.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
I'm Gianna Bounty, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Back inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and Courts as the starters being announced. Highway 30 rivalry just moments away. We've got the longest intro video I've ever seen currently playing, Tessa.
It was pretty cool, though.
It was, yeah. We'll give it to them, that is for sure. All right, starters being announced for the Ames Little Cyclones. Let's join them live here inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium.
3, Meister. 4, Stack. 13, Avery Klaus. And 15, Deletta Fox. The starters for your inside Little Cyclones. Number 5, Selena Shaper. Number 6, Liz Greenfield. Number 8, girl, Maya Kempe. Number 10, Heather Kenny. Number 11, Ali Maladu. 12, Gabby Timmermans. And 18, Josie Hill. The Cyclones are coached by head coach Meg Williams, assisted by Leo Moss, Mike Todd, and Keegan Muller. Officials for the team, Peter Cruz and Robert Holden. At this time, please stand, remove your hats and face the flag as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, the Bobcats and Little Cyclones about ready to do battle inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium. Let's get a scoreboard update before we get underway tonight. Scoreboard updates is all brought to you by Central State Bank. Keeping our eye on some good matchups around Central Iowa tonight. Valley and Dowling Catholic will get going at 7:30, as well as Johnston and Waukee Northwest. Waukee Northwest, one of the top teams in 5A. Also Cedar Rapids, Kennedy, and Liberty tonight. Around the Iowa Alliance Conference, it's Des Moines East taking on Des Moines North, Des Moines Hoover, and Ottumwa. Also keep our eye on Waukee and Ankeny around the state. That is a Central State Bank scoreboard update. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. Bobcats taking the floor in the red tops and blue bottoms here tonight. All black uniforms for the Ames Little Cyclones, as our officials will get all the lineups checked out. Probably a little bit of nerves here tonight for head coach Jen O'Neill, as this is kind of the measuring stick game of the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Gianna Bounty, the libero, will start on the floor for the Marshalltown Bobcats. And the libero and Maya Geffrey will check in for the Ames Little Cyclones. And it will be Gianna Bounty to serve first for the Bobcats with her 6 aces on the season. And we're underway. Geffrey didn't quite get the initial contact there off the serve. O'Neill sets it up outside for Bowie, smacks it home, and finds the early point for the Cats. That is a good start right there out of the gate.
Great start. That's how they need to go. They need to get their confidence in. Bowie needs to get that first kill in, and she's ready to go. Great aggressive serve by Gianna.
Targeting the libero early on here as well. She'll go the other way with it. Bumped up to the front line and set up. And a good block. How about it? Harper Wilson with the combo block with the freshman Brooklyn Smith.
Jen mentioned that in the pregame interview.
She
Harper
loves
blocking, and she gets to start off with a big block.
Did you love blocking in your playing days?
I hated it. I was so bad at it. But it is what got you the most excited if you could get a block.
And the freshman loads up, but Smith can't quite convert, and it's 2-1. Bobcats still leading in the Highway 30 rivalry in our first set of the night. And it will be Selena Shaper to go back to serve, the sophomore with 13 aces this year. The jump serve is away to the back line. Avis up to O'Neill, now to Wilson. That back line she'll go right there. Set up in the middle. Little poke, but there's contact with the net and a Bobcat point. No. They're saying the Bobcats were into the net.
Yeah, it looked like Smith was in the net.
All right. Thought on that big hit by Timmermans in that front line. The freshman thought she caught a piece of it, but Ames with the serve, all knotted up at 2.
Great passes from Bella to start it off.
Oh, good save by Bounty. Good dive. O'Neill keeps it alive. Bowie on the third is over.
Setter's out. Gianna's taking second ball to Harper.
And too strong by Wilson.
That's something that the Bobcats are going to have to focus on. They have a big block up there, so they're going to have to make sure that they cover their hitters so that if it gets blocked, they can pop that back up. That was a great execution by them.
Serves away. Bowie from long distance.
Ooh, caught a break there. Looks like Ames was in the net.
So that will be a Bobcat point awarded, so we're knotted up at 3. As Wilson will go back to serve. 11 aces this year for the Cats. A good low line drive, and it's misplayed on the back line by Ames. And Wilson's second serve to come. Just a little bit of a sidewinder there. I think it caught her off guard a little bit. Wilson sets up in the middle. Oh, Ames pass just a little off the mark, a little too short right there to set up that hit.
Another aggressive serve towards the libero. I think they're going to make her work tonight.
By Geffrey in the middle back there, and they do go right for her. And the tip is just over. Good heads-up play there by Greenfield to pick up the point for Ames, and she'll go back to serve.
Yep, the set was a little low, and so she went with the tip. We're going to have to recognize that to be able to pick that up early.
And comes up a little bit over top of the ball on the serve by Greenfield. And 6-4 now, Bobcats leading.
Greenfield's a very strong. She has a lot of aces on the season, but she also has a lower serving percentage, so we might see a couple missed serves from her.
Ooh, a good serve. Fielded by Jeffrey. It's tipped, kept alive by Hildebrand, but into the Bobcat bench. Those chairs were back maybe just another 2 feet. Might have had a play there.
Yeah, kick those coaches out of there.
I mean, certainly the players aren't utilizing them.
Right. I think it's a rule you either all stand or you all sit.
Yeah.
And so that's where all the Bobcats are at the end of the bench.
Shaper to serve. O'Neal sets it up for Avis, and a little bit too far behind her. Couldn't make the contact. Delilah Voss, 4 aces this year. She'll send it away for Ames. Bowie up to O'Neal, and a quick play by O'Neal. Smack too hard, it's out.
Great placement by O'Neal. Even though it wasn't a kill, it took their outside hitter out of the equation. And so smart play there. Looks like Smith is going to serve to start the match instead of Bonzer.
Standing serve is away. And that one just out. Catching a couple breaks here, 8-6.
For the keys of the game, I said the Bobcats needed to work on their efficiency. But that's what's hurting Ames right now.
Smith's second serve. Oh, just a little dunk over the net by Mawanu, and she'll pick up the point. 8-7 now.
She's a tall middle hitter, so we need to make sure that Lauren comes in and puts up that double block. Otherwise, she's going to be able to work her way around that single block every time.
Addison Lynch, the freshman, at 5'8", will serve. That one fielded by Hildebrand. Now saves it again. Bounty sets it up for Bowie. He's kind of stutter step, but did play it over on the third. And that one will find the back corner. Good hit right there. Pick up the point for Ames. 8-8.
Yeah. Looks like it went right through the block, so we need to make sure as the middle that we're closing that block. Jen mentioned that blocking was going to be a big emphasis of this game.
Lynch, her second serve. Just sneaks it over the net and into the bench again. 9-8 for the Cyclones.
Tough float serve there. Probably see her going back to Morgan.
Up to O'Neal. Sets it up for Avis. And I believe that one, a little contact there. So it'll be a little Cyclone points. Good energy by both teams early on.
Yeah, great start to the match.
Hildebrand digs it. Long run for O'Neal. Third, they'll get the angle. It's over. And Mawanu will come up short on it into the net. Point for the Bobcats, but take me inside that. O'Neal was scrambling. Obviously, she's a setter, but should somebody else maybe have stepped in there?
Yeah, I agree. Lauren had a great up, but at that point, Gianna was there. She was able to get a better set, and she needs to call for help.
O'Neal will serve. And that one just finds inside the line for the point for the little Cyclones.
That set was lower, too, recognizing a tip right away. All the defense needs to be able to move forward. That's what Jen's telling Lauren right now.
Claire Kenny, her first serve of the night with 11 aces this year. O'Neal gets a bump up from Avis. Now Wilson's third is over. Outside, just in on that backside corner. Boy, that was a good rise up by the outside hitter.
Yep,
it's coming up there is Greenfield for the point.
She's not the tallest player on the court, but she's got some ups. She's leading right now with 67 kills on the season and over 200 hitting efficiency. So she's going to be very, very efficient in her attacks.
Jump serve away. And that one's long. 12-10, Bobcats serve. As Ames will go back. She'll set up in the middle for this serve. Wow, another good hit right there by Greenfield for the point. 13-10 Ames.
There needs to be communication between Bella and Gianna on that back line. Gianna needs to get on her line and get the hard hit balls. We'll get that figured out on defense. Right now she's showing a lot of tendency to go angle.
Jeffrey floats it over. Gianna Bounty with a good dig, but right there in that campfire, man, it is all the senior Greenfield right now for Ames.
Yeah, she looks impressive out there.
And head coach Jen O'Neill wants a timeout. We'll take it with him. Ames leading 14-10 first set on KFJB-TV. Timeout in our first set by the Bobcats, trailing 14-10, and right now, Elizabeth Greenfield eating up the Cats. A year ago in this matchup, she was all over the place as well. She had 16 kills, 5 ace, and 18 digs in that match against the Bobcats last year, and she's letting it be known that here in her senior season, she's definitely a player to be reckoned with out there.
Yeah, she's coming back out with even more confidence than last year.
A bit of a miss hit there for the Bobcats. They do get it over in 3. O'Neill with a nice dig. And right there, O'Neill, just a little self-defense. Aims long, and that will fall in for a Bobcat point. So 14-11 there. Good rally back and forth, but Ames just a little bit strong. They had it wide open, though. They were going for the right spot.
Yes, they were.
Got a Bounty with the low line drive, serve. Blocked up front, Bowie. And Greenfield, was she into the nets?
Oh, caught a break there too.
And looks like the down low official.
Regardless, that was a great touch from the Bobcats. They need to make sure that they capitalize on that. Can't put that ball into the net.
So a little conversation with our officials here tonight as we take a look at the replay on that last play. Bowie, the last point actually, I believe. Greenfield maybe not into the net, but nevertheless, it was close.
He saw something down there.
Yep. And he had the best seat in the house for it.
He did.
14-12, Bounty serves. And that one will eat up Deerdorf. Point Cats back within 1. So the timeout working again. It always seems like Jen always knows when she needs to talk to her team.
Mm-hmm. A good aggressive serves by Gianna. We haven't seen these in the past few matches.
And that one, good communication on that back line to yell out as Deerdorf watched it sail by along with Jeffrey. 15-13 in our first set. Ames will serve. And just checking back into the match is Selena Shaper as the sophomore will serve. Bounty with the dig, sent up to O'Neill. Now outside, Kinsley Bowie, that's in along the line for the points. Beautiful location.
Great set, great swing by Bowie going down that line.
Wilson will target the near side corner. Pushed over, but Bowie's there. O'Neal sets it up for Wilson, way behind. Dug out of there by Deerdorf. Greenfield plays it over on the third for Ames. O'Neal up front. It's blocked, but I believe did fall out, so it is a Bobcat point, and we're tied back at 15. So good job right there. Good aggressiveness in that front line for the Cats.
Great free ball opportunity, work the middles. She had enough spin on that ball to use the block and have it go out.
And a good counter as Bounty dives but can't quite get to it. Morgan Hildebrand replaces Wilson in the lineup for the Cats as O'Neal rolls it back to the other side as Greenfield will go back to serve. 16 aces this year. Set up for Bowie, trying to cut that one down the near side, but near the student section it goes for the Little Cyclone point. And a reversal on the call. Didn't see what was there.
I missed it. I'm not sure what happened there.
Must have been somebody into the net or something, I'm imagining. So we're knotted up at 16. Bowie targets Geffrey, and that will be a Cat point when the Cats back with the lead 17-16. Boy, good back and forth match here early on. Cats got off to a pretty good start last year in this match, but it was late in that third and fourth set where Ames really was able to take over. So kind of that long haul here tonight, right? It's not, obviously you want to start off good, but you want to continue to go through it.
Yep. Ames taking a little extra time in that huddle just to regroup and get focused.
Our up-high official with a little conversation with O'Neal and Greenfield. What do you think he's saying there?
I have no idea.
Maybe a little chatter on the floor? That would never happen between Ames and Marshalltown, would it?
Maybe on the football field, but honestly, I don't see it happening on the volleyball court.
Strong serve by Bowie. Point for the Little Cyclones at 17-all. Delilah Voss will serve. Sophomores into the match. Targets Bowie. Up to O'Neal. Scrambling. Bounty will get it over. Moanu and Bounty with the save. O'Neal bumps it over to Bella Avis. Oh, thought she might have found something there. And a big load up from the outside to find the point for Ames. Is that Josie Hill, 18? I believe it. No, it wasn't. It was Claire Kenny.
Yep, but other outside. Gianna's on her line. She just needs to pursue that ball. Know that it's coming in hard. The tip was good, but it needed to be a little, for Bobcats, we need to be a little bit more towards the center.
The line drive serve. Up to Smith. Good play over, but on the spot was Schaefer. And that one will find the empty spot and the point for the Little Cyclones. Now 19-17 first set.
That's exactly where I would have wanted Bella to tip it in the previous play. She disguised that really well. It was a great tip.
Too strong by Avis. 20-17.
She targeted the back corner of the court. It was a great idea, just a little too far.
And Voss's serve is too strong. Back to the Cats. Smith, the freshman, will go back to serve. Back line, Greenfield received that serve, and
ooh, I don't know about that one.
Saying it was tipped. So a point for Ames. Take a look at the replay there. Yeah, it was hard to see. That one came fast. And Lauren O'Neal with a question on the call from the up top official. I haven't seen this much discussion with the officials all season either.
Right. Captains have been busy.
O'Neal over to Ames. Wow. Great play. Set up backside to the right side hitter. And she'll find the point in Stagg.
I would say both our middle and our outside was a little late for the block, and they didn't close it. And so it was an easy route for the right side to get a kill there.
Yeah, they pick up the point. Now lead 22-18. First set on KFJB-TV. Back inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and courts. 22-18 first set. Timeout by head coach Jen O'Neal as the Bobcats back out on the floor after the timeout. Back and forth here in this first set. Just a few little minor miscues here tonight, and that's allowed Ames to pick up some of those points, which is the difference right now. Hildebrand fields the serve. Set up for Bowie. Good dig out there for Ames. And now the dive. Bowie just a little bit late.
I think that hit went right over Brummel. So we're going to have to read that and compensate for that block.
Stagg with a couple of really nice points.
Yeah, she has a great swing.
O'Neal, long run. Or the far side, Avis, and that's outside the pole. So that will be the set point setting up now for Ames as Addison Lynch, the freshman, will serve for the Little Cyclones.
That's a hard ball from Lauren. She needs to bring that more into the middle of the court to give Bella a chance to do something with it.
Up serve away. Misplay by Hildebrand. Bowie saves it. O'Neal's third. Not going to be enough. And that'll do it for the first set. 25-18, the final in the first set. As the Bobcats will try to look to come back in the second set when we come back right here on Bobcat Volleyball on KFJB-TV.
Craving something sweet and savory? Head to your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, 711 North 3rd Avenue and 2107 South Center Street. Try the Blizzard of the Month, the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard, or that fall favorite, the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. 2 delicious options, but hurry, they're only here for a limited time. And don't miss a DQ Classic, 4-piece chicken strip baskets for just $7.49 all month long. All white meat strips, crispy fries, warm Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce. Get yours now at Marshalltown Dairy Queens.
Pick up your 2025 Marshalltown Bobcat football roster t-shirt at adletengraving24.com. That's adletengraving24.com. Or stop by Adlet Engraving in Screen Print 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Good luck, Bobcats.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
I'm Harper Wilson, and you're watching KFJB-TV.
Well, a 1-0 lead for Ames after the first set of play. A good back and forth, though. I mean, the Bobcats really had some nice moments in that first.
They did. They came out really strong. I'm impressed with how they performed there in set one. Definitely things that they can clean up, but a good start.
That was one where the Bobcats were able to find a point. As we look at the Tyler Pashong State Farm Agency replay, be sure to hit the like button on our broadcast tonight. Appreciate the support. Be sure to turn on those notifications and get those upcoming game alerts. So Ames will serve first to begin our second set, leading 1-0 after a 25-18 victory in set number 1. If you could find an answer for Greenfield, that will solve a lot of problems, right?
Yeah, they need to get a double block on her, and Gianna can dig her. She just needs to make sure that she's positioned and move forward.
And a low serve that tips to the top of the net. Off of the hands of Schaefer. And so, like we started the night, the Bobcats with the lead as they led to begin that first set. Harper Wilson will serve. And we're not at that one, as that one will tip the top of the net as well.
Let's start the set over.
And right on cue, Elizabeth Greenfield back to serve. Senior sets up near the middle. Targets Hildebrand. O'Neill back towards the middle. Now Avis third is over. That one just in.
The Bobcats are guessing a little bit on defense. They need to get to their spot, trust their training, and then move forward on that ball. Bella was kind of in no man's land.
Greenfield second serve. And that one into the net. We're not at 2. That guessing on the defensive end, is it height or is it positioning that they're seeing from Ames?
I think that Ames is running a quicker offense, and so they're not quite getting to their spots where they're supposed to be. And that's okay. They just need to be stopped when the hitter is hitting the ball so that they can make a move.
And couldn't quite get around on that is Timmermans, so a point for the Cats, 3-2. Bowie setting up in the middle on that back line to serve. And comes up short on the serve.
Tried to do a short serve there right over the net to make that middle play the ball and get her out of the rotation. So great idea on the serve, just came up a little short.
I think we've already exceeded the service errors here in this second set than we had all of the first set. And another error, and a point for the Cats. Smith to serve. Oh, good serve by the freshman.
That's a free ball opportunity that you have to capitalize on.
Good block up front. O'Neill and Brummel team up for the points.
I think it just came down on their end. So Brummel was up. They had good contact, but it came down right in front of her on our side of the net.
Okay.
But
my eyes were deceiving me.
Great timing on the block. They went up together. They need to see more of that.
Addison Lynch serves now. Long run again for O'Neill. Set up for Avis. It's tipped. Back up to the front line to the outside. Boy, what a hammer that is from Kenny.
Both of those outsides are targeting that angle and deep corner. So the Bobcats need to adjust. We haven't seen them go line yet tonight. Ames needs to implement the ball rolling system that we have at Marshalltown. We're losing balls all over the place.
We do have a nice setup for soccer and for volleyball. We always have runners, and just always helps the speed of play.
Yes. When I was a coach, I organized those ball rollers, and they always hated being assigned, but it helps the match move along.
Yeah, for sure. Bowie controls the serve. O'Neill now to Avis.
Good read by Kinsley to get there.
Ooh, that'll be a Bobcat point. Morgan Hildebrand finding it right there as that eats up the back line for Ames.
That was good awareness there. Lauren has thrown some balls to the outside who's struggled to get it over. Instead, she just pops up an easy ball to the back row, and we get a kill off of it.
O'Neill will serve. Jump serve away. Wanu. Oh, I think that might have been tipped back by Brummel and Wilson there.
Yes, I think double block right there. Harper's back with our strong right side block. She'll come in and double the middle and then also have responsibilities for the outside.
Boy, really over the top there for Stagg. She's had 3 really nice kills now.
Yeah, Harper kind of lost track of her. She was on the outside. Didn't quite get out there to put up a block. You got Kenny going back to the back row, which means you've got Greenfield coming back on the outside front row.
Downey up to O'Neal. And a little tip by Harper that's just out. Man, that was right there on the line, but just out. And it Ames a little Cyclone point.
Oh, they're going to overturn that. Oh, no, maybe a net call.
Okay. So in net. Bella Avis. She'll now serve for the Cats. Floats it over. Fielded by Geffrey, the libero. Moano denied, and it picks up the Bobcat points.
Great block by Kinsley and Brummel there.
Avis with her second serve as we get a look at that block up front by the Cats. And another load up in the middle. Stagg again, the senior. She had 6 kills last year in this match, and she might exceed that here tonight.
Yes, that was a great run. Usually you see a quick middle. That's going to be right off of the setter's shoulder. This was more of a 3-ball, so it pushed her a little bit further, and that's a lot harder to read and block.
Libero Geffrey with the jump serve. A low one dug out by Bowie. Now set up for Wilson, and off the side of the hand right there, it looked like.
Yep, the set was a little bit behind her, so it was hard to get that angle. Good up by Bowie. That's a hard serve, and she popped it up in the middle of the court so we could do something with it.
Geffrey's second serve. Targets Bowie again. Bowie will take it, and just couldn't quite get that one over the net. 9-8.
Sometimes it's hard as a passer and hitter. When you focus on passing the ball, it's not a great pass, and it comes back to you to hit. And so you got to erase that pass and move on.
Geffrey's third serve and pass Avis. Wow, that was a little bit unexpected. She'd been targeting Bowie and then goes back to the other side.
I always found that the hardest serve to receive when you're diagonal from the server, because it's just going to float a little bit longer and travel a little bit further.
Almost the same spot. Avis into the net. Third. Bobcats sneaking over. They catch Ames off guard. And the Cats fired up. You know, you can say, hey, let's run this play, but sometimes you just got to go with it on the move right there. And the Bobcats luckily catch a break.
Yes, hopefully that gives them some energy and some excitement.
It's Harper Wilson making the nice play to get it over in the third. Oh, a little side tip right there. And the block on Wilson.
Big middle block. She was just kind of setting out there for Harper. Knew exactly where that set was going to go.
Ames with the 11-9 lead back into the match is Gabby Timmermans, the freshman.
So Ames is running a 6-2 right now, so they have a new setter coming in who will set back row. They'll always have their 3 hitters in the front row.
Floats a serve over to Avis. O'Neal sets it up for Bowie. Return, but it's out on the near side. Point for the Cats, 11-10.
Good blocker use.
Harper Wilson now to serve. Oh, it's always a little shifty play right there when you play it real quick instead of setting it up.
Yep, she disguised it really well, and then Harper's serving, but she doesn't usually play back row, and so that's not a ball she's used to picking up. Now we have a defensive specialist in there that will recognize that a little bit better.
Right-hand serve, driven over. Downey plays it. Up to Bowie. And too strong.
There's that 3 set again.
So Josie Hill too strong in the connection right there. Bobcat point, 12-11, trailing by 1. But we will go back to serve. Standstill serve is away. And that one was blocked, and it will fall out on the back line, so a point for Ames. Good block attempt, but just powered right through it.
Yeah, and a good touch. It gave the defense a little bit more time. Bowie can run through that ball and pop that up. But if you can't block it straight down, at least if you give the defenders a little bit more time to react.
Jump serve by Voss is away, dug out by Hildebrand. Now set up for Avis. And they find where the Bobcats aren't, which is on the near side up front. Downey gave a great effort, though.
Yeah, great tip spot. That's a tough ball to read. That should be Bella's as an off blocker being active through there, but as she showed tip, she thought she was going to go short, and then she ended up kind of power tipping to the corner.
Voss, second serve. Just sneaks it over. On the back line, Bowie can't get it up on it.
Whenever you set back row, you want to try to target that 10-foot line, and she had Kinsley pushed way back, so that's a tough ball.
15-11, Bobcats trailing to the Little Cyclones on KFJB-TV.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects. From learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
and gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Welcome back to Harrison Barnes Gymnasium. Bobcats down 1-0 in the second set, trailing 15-11 as Voss will go back to serve for the third time out of the timeout, and they target Hildebrand 3 straight times. And this one she's not able to get to. Point for the Little Cyclones.
The middle of the court's really open. Lauren's really the only one there, and you don't want your setter taking your first ball. So they might have to take a step up here and compensate for that. Good pass by Kinsley.
Oh, a little dink over right there by O'Neill. Mawanu too strong. Point for the Cats.
Again, Lauren didn't get the kill, but she helped the offense get out of system, which ended up being a point for the Bobcats.
Brummel checks back in for the Bobcats as Bounty heads out. Smith will serve. Oh, good effort by the Bobcats, Bowie and O'Neill, but even better shot right there by Ames.
Yep, it's tough when she hammers the ball most of the time and then all of a sudden comes up with a tip. You're waiting on defense low and it's hard to react. So smart play by the right side.
Addison Lynch to serve. To Brummel, just a touch strong.
I think that was the first attempt by Brummel. It was a little bit behind her. She needs to work on her spacing just a little bit.
Hildebrand, O'Neill gets it over. Mawanu. Two Cats there. Tough take, Bowie and Bounty.
You'd rather see both players going after it than it hitting the floor.
For sure.
Good attempt by the Bobcats there.
Lynch to serve again. Pushed over. Hildebrand getting that one to O'Neill. Now pushed over by Avis. Set it backside. Tipped. Hildebrand there. O'Neill. Avis has her shot tipped as well. Brummel. And finished off by Ames. Good rally, but the outside hitter again. Claire Kenny finding the point. Or was that Greenfield? I think that was Kenny from the outside,
Yep,
right?
Kenny's in the front row right now. Great rally back and forth.
And that a low line drive, just sneaking over the nets. Tough play for Ames right there.
It is.
So 21-12, this second set kind of sneaking away from the Cats. Downey dug it out. And just checking into our match, Vanilla Villarreal. A sophomore getting some playing time here in the second set. Just off the mark right there. Another serve for Lynch. Floats this one over, and that was a tough play. Just found the open spot.
Great short serve. Short serves are sometimes the hardest ones to defend. At this point, yep, number 10 needs to take a step and take anything that will land in front of the 10-foot line.
Target Hildebrand. O'Neal over to Bowie. That's going to sneak in the inside corner.
Line judge called it out, but it was
wow.
absolutely in. And the up ref's going to overturn that. Great spot by Bowie.
So a point for the Cats. Serve away by O'Neal. Greenfield digs it out. Set up for Timms, but was she into the nets? No. Bobcats must have been in the net. Was that what that was?
I don't know, or if it just went down.
Saw an indication before the ball had already fallen in. So
they weren't just anticipating it?
They might have been, yeah. As Morgan Stagg, again with the point, can anticipate that a few times tonight. Set point here in the second. Downey pushes it over on the third. And she'll finish it off. Morgan Stagg. That's at least number 5 for her tonight on kills. And she ends the second set 25-13. Cats are in a 2-0 hole as we head to our intermission on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com. Pick up your 2025 Marshalltown Bobcat football roster t-shirt at adletengraving24.com. That's adletengraving24.com. Or stop by Adlet Engraving in Screen Print 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Good luck, Bobcats.
Craving something sweet and savory? Head to your Marshalltown Dairy Queens, 711 North 3rd Avenue and 2107 South Center Street. Try the Blizzard of the Month, the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard, or that fall favorite, the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard. 2 delicious options, but hurry, they're only here for a limited time. And don't miss a DQ Classic 4-piece chicken strip baskets for just $7.49 all month long. All white meat strips, crispy fries, warm Texas toast, and your favorite dipping sauce. Get yours now at Marshalltown Dairy Queens.
Welcome back to Ames, our match update. Again, all brought to you by Scouting America, Mid-Iowa Council Adventure On. And so far, Morgan Stagg and Elizabeth Greenfield have really stolen the show here tonight for Ames.
Yeah, they've looked impressive. Greenfield is hitting on all 3 locations, so you'll see her on the outside, the right side, and occasionally in the middle, too. They need to make sure they keep an eye on her and always have a double block to make sure that we can stop her.
And blocking is something to get much better here in this third set, right?
Yep, they've always got to have a solid double block on, otherwise they're just going to continue to get kills on us.
That is our match update here tonight. Again, all brought to you by Scouting America.
I didn't really have much growing up, but I did have a mom. And she gave me a strong foundation. She signed me up for Scouts. I quickly fell in love with the outdoors. Showed me how to take responsibility, how to work with other people, and how to become a leader. That made me a better athlete on the field. Scouting made me the man I am today.
I'm Kendall Brummel, and you're watching Bobcat Volleyball on KFJB-TV.
Cats off with a really good rally to begin this third set of play. Harper Wilson picked up a nice point to begin our third set, and now she'll pick up another one as Harper Wilson from the outside gives the Cats a 2-0 lead here in this first set of action. That was the first point of the third set for the Bobcats, which lead it 2-0 as Gianna Bounty will serve for the Cats. And the block up front maybe got the little Cyclones off the play as Josie Hill will misplay it into the net as Gianna Bounty will go back to serve again. So a good start here in the third.
Yeah, quick 3-0 start. Harper did a great job on a quick tempo back set.
And a service error by Gianna Bounty, so a point for Ames, 3-1. Selena Schaefer to serve, the sophomore, at 5-4. We'll wait from our official on the floor, sorting something out at the scorer's table.
Looks like there might be a little wet spot out there Harper wants to clean up.
Serve is away. They target the empty spot, but a good dive there by Bella Ames and a block up front. O'Neal's there to save it. Bounty will set it up for Wilson. Pushes it over. Yeah, that's a point for the Cats. 4-1 in the third set.
Great defense to offense there. Lauren picked up the first ball, stepped in, got the set, and still got an aggressive attack by Harper.
Wilson to serve. Low line drive, that's an ace, and that will fall in. It misplayed Greenfield right there, kind of caught her off guard.
Harper's taking control of this third set. It's been the Harper show.
We're not going to let Ames walk away with it that easy.
No.
Greenfield dug it out. Bowie's there. O'Neal now to Wilson. Too strong.
I like going back to her, though. She's had good, solid swings. Give her another chance.
Keep a good thing going.
Yeah, absolutely. Kinsley had a great off-blocker pass. She made it really high so that they had an offense that they could run.
Greenfield will now serve. Jump serve away. Targets Hildebrand.
That's a good pass, middle of the court.
O'Neal set it up there for Bowie. Had it blocked. They'll go back to Bowie. Pokes this one over that front line. Blocked, but it will fall out into the student section. A point for Ames.
Bowie was just a little bit late to that block, and her hands were facing outward, which is why the ball went out.
Yeah, what's the key to a good block in setting those hands?
Yeah, you have to make sure you press up and over. Your hands can't be up or flexed, otherwise you're going to be used.
Serve skims the net. Bounty just out. Well, that was a good rise up by Bounty, the libero.
Bobcats were ready to celebrate on the bench, too. They had a whole skit, and then it was just out. Can we get that on a replay?
Yeah. Good dig by Bounty, but returns it to Ames. O'Neal sets it up, and Bowie just couldn't quite push that one over.
Yeah, Bowie's kind of been experimenting. She had a long roll shot, she had a hard swing, and now she had a tip. So she's just kind of figuring out how to get around that big middle block.
Is it like baseball some nights? You know, you might not have a pitch, so you got to go to something else that is working better for you?
For sure. There's matches where I never did a full swing because that's not what the defense gives you.
Strong serve by Ames, and Marshalltown now with a 6-5 lead in the third set. Jeffrey, the libero, up to the front line, outside, hits the net, makes contact.
looks like it might have just grazed the antenna, so it's going to be the Bobcat ball. Bobcats really need to make sure that they eliminate the runs here. If they can not give multiple points at a time, they can stay right in this.
Bowie, the right-handed serve away. Oh, good block. Well, dink play over there. O'Neal now sets it up for Ames. Fights over that front line. And, boy, what a good smack over there in that front line as Josie Hill finds the point.
That is a lot harder than it looks, getting the power tip that deep into the corner. That's a tough play.
Lila Voss is in to serve. And Voss, you mentioned she does have a lot of aces, but her efficiency not that high. And we've seen her with a few service errors here tonight.
Yep.
So Smith, the freshman, in a big spot to keep the Bobcats going here, up by 2. Greenfield and Jeffrey fight over it. And how about the heads-up play by Ames? Just returns it back for the quick point.
Good for her. Great play there. I had a coach that said 9 out of 10 times if you swing on a ball like that, you're going to miss it. The better way to do it is just to redirect it where the defense is not. So smart play by the junior.
Smith's second serve. Targets Jeffrey, the libero. Ames is there. Hildebrand. Back to Ames, and kind of caught it on her wrist just a little bit low.
Yep, she played the first ball and then had to transition out. She didn't get as quite far out she wanted to, and then it's a hard ball to hit.
So Cats still with a 2-point advantage here in the third set. As Addison Lynch, just a freshman, but she's had some nice serves tonight.
Yep.
And another one right there. She'll pick up the ace.
She's going to be their second setter, so she'll come in, serve, and then also set.
And it always seems like she's targeting Hildebrand as well. She found her in the back corner.
Yep, Morgan has had a lot of targets tonight.
And kind of going cut on that serve a little bit. Ends up in the net for a Bobcat point. I don't think we've seen Ames call a timeout tonight, have we?
I don't think we have. Their coach is pretty quiet over there.
A little bit. And a missed serve by O'Neal. And Ames is back within 1. Claire Kenny to serve.
Which means that Greenfield is back in the front row.
What you don't love to see, right?
I mean, I love to watch her.
Yeah. Ames attacks. And a good combo block. Mawanu and Greenfield team up for it.
But it's going to fall on Ames' side of the net.
Oh, it did fall. Okay.
I think so.
All right. Maybe I need some contact drops here tonight or something. Greenfield loads up. Good dig out by Bowney. Set up for Bowie. Greenfield strong.
Great defensive to offensive transition there. Gianna's picked up that hard-driven ball from Greenfield.
Ames serves. Mawanu. O'Neal sets it up now. Over to Greenfield. Powers through the block for the points.
I'd still like to see Gianna go more towards the end line, get out of Bella's way, and let Bella dig that ball. She was right there in that position. It's easy to get sucked into the middle of the court for Gianna, but she needs to stay out.
Jeffrey will serve. Skims it over the net.
Great up by Gianna.
Bowie strong. Yeah, you're right, though. Gianna's been flying around everywhere. Had some nice digs here tonight.
Yes, she has. She's really, as the sets have gone on, she's really done a good job picking up the hitter's tendencies.
Ames up to O'Neal. Bowie, and the block falls in for the points. And they do the wave on the celebration. I don't mind the celebration.
Do you like their
how long
block
did they...
celebration better or their kill celebration?
I don't remember the block celebration.
Well, that was just the block one.
Oh, that was the block one. What's the kill celebration?
I'm sure you'll see it here.
And too strong for Wilson.
It was a good high swing, though. She was trying to use the blocker, the high blocker's touch to be able to get the kill there.
Ames, Wilson, Bounty, third is over.
Great pursue.
Oh, Gianna Bounty with a great dig out, but O'Neal can't quite get there in time. And right on cue, we were just talking about how all over the place Bounty was being. Almost made a special play right there to keep this rally going, but can't. And now, just like that, Ames back with a lead by 2, 14-12, third set. Well, a good match here tonight in the Highway 30 rivalry. Cats down 2-0. It seems like the first 10, 15 points, it's been tight through the night, but then those final 10, 15 points, that's where Ames has been able to pull away. So this is kind of a key spot, I feel like, for the Bobcats right here. What way can the set number 3 go?
Yeah, they need to continue to answer and do first ball side outs. They got to eliminate those runs of giving Ames 2, 3, 4 points at a time to be able to stay in this.
So 14-12 out of the timeouts as Geffrey will serve. Targets Avis. O'Neal scrambles for the setup. Bowie pushes it. Bounty pushes it over. Oh, good dig out right by O'Neal. And O'Neal will smack it over. Tipped and off of O'Neal.
That's a hard play to defend. They had both the middle and the right side coming in for quick sets, and you just don't know where the set's going.
You know, last Tuesday when we had their match against Hoover, it seemed like their timing was off, maybe having to slow down a little bit. But here tonight, I felt like they've had pretty decent pace for the most part. Maybe a little bit of a slow start, but they've kind of matched it as the match has gone on.
They have. I would like to see their middles get a little bit more involved. They've only had a few attempts each set, but their outside and right sides have had really good connections.
Bowie a little distraught after that misplay. 16-12, Ames. And this couldn't quite get up in position just in time for Bounty to receive that serve by Geffrey. So a point for the Little Cyclones, 17-12.
Yep, Bella and Gianna just need to take a couple seconds here, understand their overlaps, whose ball that is.
Geffrey's serve again, a low-line drive. Bowie tips it over and finds the open spot right there in the middle of the court, 17-13.
Great smart roll. She's done a couple that are a little bit deeper, but this one was right in the campfire. It was perfect.
Bounty to serve. Had some nice serves tonight. Low line drive, another good one. Too strong. And a point for the Bobcats.
Look for the set to probably go to the right side again. It's number 4.
Deerdorf up to the front line. It's tipped. Good play by Smith. The freshman in the way of O'Neal, though. And the timing just a little bit off right there.
Yep, in the middle it's hard. Sometimes you get turned around a lot. You don't always know where the ball is. You have to transition. So she just got a little bit lost there. Lost track of the ball. But great touch. It was a great high touch that we could get the ball up to the setter.
Yep. 18-14 as Ames back to serve. Jump serve away and a low line drive and an ace for Shaper. 19-14.
That was a nice float serve that just died right in front of Bella.
Floats this one to Bowie this time. O'Neal sets it up backside for Wilson, and Shaper. That one goes into the student section, 19-15.
Got to go on a little bit of run here with Harper serving and Lauren front row.
Gaffrey targeted on the serve by Wilson. And blocked up front, but deflected out as Bowie and Smith went for it.
Yep, it just hit off the outside of Bowie's hand.
Greenfield to serve. Right-handed jump serve, slips over the net in for an ace. Wow, that is tough. Not a whole lot you can do with that.
Nope.
And a timeout for the Cats. 21-15, third set on KFJB-TV.
In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects, from learning how to build relationships and healthy lifestyles,
And gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Well, we called it a measuring stick match here tonight, and so far it's been pretty much all Ames, but Marshalltown's had some nice moments.
Yeah, the scores don't quite reflect, I feel like, how competitive the match has been.
Yeah.
It's gone back and forth pretty nicely.
Up to O'Neal. Quick play is over, and that little dink over. Shaper was late to get to it. Point for the Cats, 21-16 after the Marshalltown Bobcats took a timeout.
Great play. Probably designed on a good pass. They knew that they were going to do that. Whenever you can have an active setter, it makes the defense think twice.
Bowie serve. And they counter with the same play. O'Neal pushes it over quickly. Is that out? Yes, it is on the far side as head coach Jennifer O'Neal catches the ball.
Sometimes you just got to say thank you for that.
Yeah.
Good little run here. Got to keep pushing.
Bowie back to serve again. Targets that back corner again. And that one's out. Trying to cut that one down the line, but Kenny misplayed it.
That was one of the first swings we saw her go down line. It had to be close on that line, too.
21-18, Bobcats back in this third set now with Bowie serving. Greenfield digs it out. Tipped. Downey is there. O'Neal takes it. Ames. Back to Gaffrey, the libero. Pushed over. Ames. Kind of lunged out to save it, but wasn't able to get underneath of it enough to keep it back within the field of play. And so a point for Ames, 22-18.
That was a smart play by the outside. It was a little bit closer to the net, pushed it along there. I'd like to see Bella run through that instead of jab at that ball.
Voss to serve. O'Neal gets the feed from Hildebrand.
Again.
Oh, third. Smith sneaks it over. Oh, Hildebrand played it, but it looked like Bowie might have been there to dig it out and have a little bit better of an angle on that, but nevertheless, good rally by the Cats right there. That was a really good play by Smith.
It was. Very good awareness. She can block, and then you can hit it again if it is a block touch. So she hit it twice in a row, but that's legal.
And that one sinks as Voss sends it in. And now we are down to our match point here in the third. Man, Voss, when she's not having an errant serve, she can be efficient back there.
It's a tough serve.
Cuts this one. Hildebrand fields it. Up to O'Neal. Now to Bella Ames to keep things going. Good save by Bounty. Bowie is over on the third. And that one is in. And that one will finish things off for the Cats here tonight. And Claire Kenny puts the hammer down to put a cap on this one as Ames defeats Marshalltown 3-0 But as you mentioned, score not quite indicative of. I just thought the Bobcats did one of their best efforts of the season as far as keeping that energy up through the match and finding some good rallying points.
Agreed. I think their serve receive was the best we've seen. I still think that they can distribute that ball better, give the middles an opportunity. But overall, I'm impressed how they came out and responded to Ames.
I mean, and at the end of it, too, this is a whole new lineup. Ames had a bunch of players returning from last year who've played a lot. This is a team that's still kind of figuring themselves out, right?
Yeah. And if we played games to 15, I think we could have won a couple of those.
Yeah, that is for sure.
We had good, quick starts on all 3 sets.
Yeah. So the Bobcats fall here tonight, 3-0 our final, as 3 straight sets for the Ames Little Cyclones. That'll do it here tonight. Thanks so much for joining us on KFJB-TV. Congrats to our Athletes of the Week. Harper Wilson, we mentioned it. She was our Bobcat Female Athlete of the Week last week. She had 8 aces, 4 digs, and 14 kills in 3 matches in that week. Of course, the APGAR tournament in there as well. And our Male Athlete of the Week, which just impressive, Preston Johnson. How about this? Running a nearly right around a 5K there. The ISU course is just a little bit shorter, but I don't care if it's a little technicality. If you're running nearly a 5K at 14:55, that is impressive, right?
He is so impressive. We watched him at state last year, and he's just coming to prove himself again this year.
Yeah, he's on a mission.
That
is for sure. He is our Male Athlete of the Week. Preston Johnson, congrats. Both win a $25 gift certificate to OPA and an Athlete of the Week T-shirt from Adeline Engraving and Screen Print in Marshalltown. Transportation today, all provided by Carl Auto Group of Marshalltown. Carl, your dealer for life. Our next Bobcat broadcast is coming up on Wednesday night. That's tomorrow. We've got the homecoming parade from downtown Marshalltown starting at 6. Always a fun time getting ready for, the football game Friday night.
Absolutely. And it's on Wednesday, so hopefully everybody knows it's a Wednesday this year instead of Thursday.
We'll have that for you tomorrow night as Zach Tomish will be alongside me. And then football Friday night, Mason City is in town. Mason City 0-2. Bobcats are 2-0, but if we know anything, the Riverhawks will come to battle on Friday night, right?
Absolutely. Yep, they always do.
And then Waterloo East will be next Tuesday night as we'll have Iowa Alliance Conference action, volleyball on the road, Marshalltown at Waterloo East. Look forward to having you along for that one. Thanks so much to our KFJB-TV crew tonight. David Braga, our producer, Keith Stewart on camera. For Tessa Mann, I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Marshalltown Bobcat Volleyball. They fall tonight 3-0 at Ames inside Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and Court right here on KFJB-TV.